Hello, internet friends. Happy Friday. You did it. You made it to the end of the week. It was tough for some. For others, it was easy. For me, I got on planes, trains, actually no trains, but planes, lots of Ubers, and that makes me a happy guy. So I'm pretty excited for a number of reasons. Obviously, it's Friday, so that's just a cool thing. Although I do love Mondays. I know some people don't, but I do. But Fridays are really cool for many because it's just been a long week. And we've got a lot of great stuff to talk about on the Friday Top 5 segment. So if you're new around here, this is the segment of the Dailey Blend show where we highlight 5 things I thought were notable and interesting in just culture, cool stuff I like. And also, this is the 50th episode of the Dailey Blend show. So we've been running for a number of years under sort of different banners. But I think episode probably like 8 or 9, we switched from calling it Sound Off to really just the Dailey Blend show and having these different segments. So, we've got the Friday Top 5, which is what you're listening to now. We've got the weekly rundown, which is more business-oriented. And then we have Sound Off podcast where we're doing more like a Q&A. So this week, it's 5 stories as always. Well, actually, sometimes there's a few more. But we're going to talk about things that, I'm doing right now, which is cooking, watching great content, reading great things, learning new things, and doing a bit of task management because I love a good checklist. As always, you can get this episode and all other previous episodes on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor. We're now on YouTube with a dedicated Dailey Blend channel. And of course, daileyblend.com. Go check out the new website. It might be the greatest website on the web. All right, with all that out of the way, let's jump into the show. So I'll be the first to admit I ended 2021 on a pretty sour note. And it's a funny story, so it's not that bad. So family came back. We were going to cook dinner and just hang out. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do something simple. And I will make Alton Brown's sliders. And if you've never had them before, think about like Crystal sliders, or if you're from the Northeast, White Castle. And I've done this a few times. I've done it. The first time was good. The second time was amazing. The next 2 times were okay. And this was awful. And I sort of forgot to do a couple steps and sort of over freestyled it or winged it, however you want to call it. But let me just talk to you a little bit about why you need to head to daileyblend.com and check out Alton Brown's video. So the process is actually pretty easy. It's basically a little bit of fatty chuck, some good Hawaiian loaves, lots of onions, pickles, and you kind of steam them, which is a little different, but you do it on a griddle. And if you're me, you screw it up, you forget to put things on, you overcook certain things. So I went back and watched the video again. And so next time I do this, I'm going to watch the video the night before so I can do my prep. And I highly recommend you do what he talks about in the video, which is freeze some paper towels to lay the meat flat. But if you are a guy like me or any person like me who's okay at cooking, wishes they were better, this is actually a fun way to do something easy on a Friday night that tastes great and sort of spices up, hamburgers versus just burgers on the grill. Also, don't do this when you're tired like I did and just get angry. Just not a good look. All right, so I hit the ground running with 2022, and I've been on a lot of planes lately and some trains. And, I work, and then I just run out of steam. And I've sort of tuned back into Counterpart. And Counterpart is a show that was on, I think, Stars a couple years back, 2 seasons. And it had, Jay Rollins or Jay Aiken. I'm screwing up his name, but it's the bald guy from the State Farm ads. That's really a fantastic actor, not the author of, I think, Harry Potter is who I just quoted. But basically, the world duplicated. And the only way to go from one world to the other is underneath this building in Germany. And it's about spying and espionage and, Darwinian theory. And it's just like super cool. So if you're like into like political posturing, if you're into like deception, if you're into spy games, this has it all. I think I read that they canceled the show because it was like a heavily skewed male audience, which I get. But man, I'm already through season 1 for the second or third time, and I forgot what happened in season 2. So I'm looking forward to watching that and I'm air quoting it, first time. But it's a great show. You can get it on Prime Video. So if you're a Prime member, you can watch it. And, thank me later when you've enjoyed it. All right. The third one is stuff to drink. So I think a lot of people take January off from drinking alcohol or minimizing it as much as you can. I know I am. I just want to get in shape and hit the Peloton bike. But, this guy, Anderson Sirksen, and I'm sorry, man, I'm killing your name. And I think you live near me in Wisconsin or in the like kind of Rust Belt area. But I've watched a couple of his YouTube channel videos. They're always like 100,000 views, million views. And he did this fantastic one about mocktails, which is like my least favorite term. So these are just drinks that feel like a cocktail, but there's no alcohol. And so he gave 4 different cocktails that work. And my goal is to try them out and see if I can stomach a mocktail on a Friday night. Mostly I've just been kind of, just drinking a lot of water this month and working out. But I will say that on New Year's Eve, I did try his Old Fashioned, which was really fantastic. And I've stunk at making Old Fashions, and he does it with like more of a syrup, so there's less of like an error. So based on the fact that he's got millions of views, I loved his Old Fashioned recipe. I actually loved his Wisconsin Old Fashioned recipe. I'm going to go out on a limb and say his 4 mocktails are going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to try them. If you follow me on Instagram at @ReadDaily or at Dailey Blend, I have 2. I'll be posting some pictures, probably going to put it on Dailey Blend. That seems more appropriate. So be on the lookout for those on Friday night while I'm doing some pizza on the grill. All right, the 4th story is kind of like a bit of pounding my chest and, throwing up my hands in excitement and, happiness, I guess. So 20 years ago, I lived in New York, Queens to be exact. I was broke. I was everyone's intern for all the record labels and ended up working at a magazine called DJ Times. And I came and worked for a fantastic woman named Carrie Mason, and she was with one of the sister magazines, and ended up working with Jim Tremaine as the MBA internship. And it was like, I've said it a million times, it's like one of the best experiences. Carrie is a fantastic writer. Jim is a fantastic writer. I love texting with them. I love reading their stuff. It's been like one of the sheer pleasures of getting to know these people. And so Jim and the publisher have gone off and started a new entity called DJ Life Mag. And I'm really fired up for them. They've got their own website. You can go check it out, djlifemag.com. I linked a new video on them. And, it's just really cool to see, your friends going out and starting something new. The new publisher is Hansa Media Group. And I had the chance to work with one of the team members many years ago. So I'm just excited. Check them out on .com and Instagram. And they've got some upcoming events going on. But really looking forward to everything that they're going to do on that new platform. So the 5th story is stuff to try. And I love to-do lists. I like writing them. I like typing them. I like crossing stuff out. And I was on someone's website and I saw this awesome set from Analog. And it has these cards that are simple and not too many light items, but enough. And like a nice stand and case, or what do you call it? That's not a stand and case, but a way to kind of display them so you can see them. And I saw it on some desk tour. That's what it was. And I love these things. So what I've done is I've linked to the Analog little kind of card from ugmonk.com. And I've also linked to like a cheaper Amazon version, which is what I ended up buying. But I'm enjoying these. It's like enough of the card, or there's enough line items so it's like enough to do, but I like seeing it instead of it being just on my phone. So I still kind of put things in my phone, and that's like the master list, and then like what I'm working on for that 2 to 3 hour window that most people can focus on is on the card. So check those both out. Obviously the UG Monk one is a little slicker, but the Amazon one works great, and I just prop it up on the monitor here next to my laptop, and just knocking through to-do lists. So that wraps up this week's Friday Top 5. As I mentioned, this is episode number 50. So all right, I'm going to give myself a little of a golf clap. And thanks for tuning in, for making it with me to 50 episodes. Head over to daileyblend.com, and we've got videos from today's episode, links. So everything we talked about is kind of tagged there. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dailey Blend, Dailey Blend. And you're going to see some of the pictures of the mocktails that I put up. And then come February, we're going to go back to maybe one of these old-fashioned drinks. I'm going to figure out if I want to go regular old-fashioned, Wisconsin old-fashioned, or maybe something else. But Anders, thank you for putting them up. And I just realized I totally murdered your name. It's Anders Eriksson. So when you look on Instagram, it doesn't feel like that. So sorry for that. When I email you to say thank you for the videos and the content, I'm going to also apologize, like I said, for saying your name right. All right, enough of me rambling. Go out, enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you back on the show for the next weekly rundown. We also have a really cool interview coming out in the coming days. I don't want to give too much, but let's just say there's a DJ element to it. If you like battle DJing, you're going to love this episode. And we'll catch you guys next week.